I wear a lot of different hats. Harley hats, hunting hats, fishing hats. But my favorite hat of them all is my cowboy hat.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy TeflonJohn coming to you with another episode of the Spotlight Insider. And today we're going to talk to my man Te'Ryq Berkley, and we're going to find out about the Rhythm, Soul, and Boots Festival.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yeah.
So the Rhythm, Soul, and Boots Festival, not to be confused with Boots on the Ground and all these other events, but it's going down in Lynchburg. Actually, this coming weekend, August 2nd,
Yep,
right?
that's correct. Yeah,
All
this
right.
Saturday, August the 9th. August the 9th. This Saturday
the
coming
9th?
up. Yep.
Okay,
Yes,
so let's just take a little step back and just for people to kind of get to know who is Te'Ryq Berkley.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I wear an array of different hats. Multitude of different hats. I mean, I started out landscaping as a young kid, and I did that for about 10 years. And then, I used to play football when I was in high school. So some people know me by Burke. If you play football with me, they call me Big Burke. So that was my name then. And landscaping and stuff like that. I had a landscaping business called Top Dollar Landscaping, which turned into Top Quality Landscaping. But all my customers, they know me by T, So
Yeah.
I go by a multitude of different names, but professionally and, on my government name is Te'Ryq Berkley. So that's me. As of last year, I started stepping into event promoting,
Okay.
And this upcoming weekend, I got the Soul Rhythm and Boots Festival this Saturday at the City Stadium. So,
Okay. Okay. So when I'm thinking about that, right, I'm on social media and I'm seeing when that song on TikTok came up, Boots on the Ground.
Mm-hmm.
So then I think it's shining a lot of light on that type of culture because I think it's like a cultural thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you were doing it a year ago. So what made you start this a year ago before everybody got on that type of train?
Okay, so that's a good question. That's a good point right there. I'm glad you notified that it was, before everything got magnified.
Yeah.
That song came out November, December, and the event I did it last August. But so one of my main hats is I'm a nuclear technician, so I travel a lot, and working in a nuclear factory, you got to have on steel toe shoes. So wear boots,
Mm-hmm.
And prior to being a nuclear, I was, like I told you, I had a landscaping business. I did that from the age of 12 to 22. I always wear boots, and specifically cowboy boots, I don't call them cowboy boots. I just call them boots.
Yeah.
But yeah, just square toe boots. That was my thing. And I accumulated a mass amount over the years. And how we got on topic of doing the event last year, my uncle, he was in my house and I had all my boots lined up at the door. And I had family and friends coming over and stuff like that. But I had one of my coworkers come by the house that day. We were about to go fishing. And they came in and was like, man, I like your boots, man. That's some nice boots right there. And then one of my friends, Julian, he came by. He saw the boots as well. And he asked me if I had a free pair, I'd be willing to give him. And I didn't have nothing to give him. But like I said, I had all them boots lined up at the door. And my uncle, he texted me as soon as I left. And I went to the pond. And he said, I was fishing. And I looked at my phone. I said, what are you talking about? So I'm looking at the phone. And he texted me and said, I think you should have a boot party. Boot party? I ain't doing no boot party,
Mm-hmm.
Told my coworker, I was like, my uncle talking about I should have a boot party. And she was like, well, honestly, I think you should because you know everybody. So I'm like, yeah, well, I'll think about it. Then I got to thinking about it some more. And I knew in the Carolinas, in all a lot of other southern states, they already been doing these trail rides.
Yeah.
That's what they classify theirs as trail rides. And I was fully aware of them. I've been looking at them for the past few years. And I even attempted to go to some of them. I wanted to go to some.
Yeah.
And because they allow four-wheelers and stuff like that and horses. And I ride four-wheelers a lot. So that's something that piqued my interest. But I was like, you know what? Nobody's done it in our area. I don't know anybody who had done it in Virginia yet,
Yeah.
And at that point, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Bring something to this area nobody else in this area has done, and just shed light to it. And like I said, in the Carolinas and other southern states, they have been doing it for several years now. And I just knew here it was untouched. So let me go ahead and do this. And I mean, just see how it does, and it turned out great.
Yeah. So what do you think? Like, what that stigma with black folks and cowboy boots? You know what I mean?
I think honestly, everybody loves to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So I know a lot of people like dressing up. But if you really dig deep into country roots, with black people, you look into our roots, you'll see that we were the original Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Other races, there were some that were Western and stuff like that, and I'm sure they tended to cows and stuff like that. They were classified as cow hands, I believe, and since in past tense terms, a black male will be classified as a boy. So that's why we got the name Cowboy.
Got you.
We tending to cows, and you're a black guy, you're gonna be a cowboy, compared to being a cow hand versus a cow hand. So that's where the name came from. But then cowboy sounds cooler than cow hand, so
Yeah.
it just stuck for everybody universally.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is something that is a part of our culture just as much as anybody else's.
Yeah.
So
that's cool, man. Because I never really knew that, but I've heard different things about that. Especially when I was just doing some research.
Yeah.
Trying to find some cowboy boots myself. You know what I mean? So. Talk about how your event festival is different than others.
Well, it's not just it's not like, a cowboy theme party, let everybody, play dress up. This is, I fully allow people to do that, because this is not everybody's everyday life, but they're also in turn is people, this is their everyday life, I got family and friends that from, southern part of Virginia, Halifax County, Campbell County, and those are the ones I grew up with, and this is stuff that I've been seeing. My cousin Mike Lane, he was the one who really got me to wearing designer boots. Exotic boots, crocodile, gator, snakeskin boots. Prior to that, I just wearing a typical old brown boot, a work boot basically.
Yeah.
And I just seen growing up. My cousin Herb, he would come to my grandma's house, he hunt rabbits, Everybody wearing boots though,
Yeah.
So it's something that I've seen other people in my family that's been doing, and that, as a child seeing that, you're like, all right, I want to get me a pair of boots too, So I remember getting my first pair of boots when I was probably about 5 or 6. I had a pair of brown boots and overalls, and I had a Norfolk Southern hat, like a train station hat, and I had a train set. I was fascinated with trains as a kid, so I wear my boots, my overalls, and I play with my train sets and stuff like that. That was my thing as a kid, and then I just always outside, and like I said, I was wearing boots. I go fishing with my grandpa. He always tell me, make sure you wear a pair of boots, son.
Yeah.
Snakes and stuff around the pond. You wearing them tennis shoes, you step on something, a nail or anything, you want to make sure you got some boots on.
Yeah.
So I just had my boots on.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's breaking down the whole culture of boots, which is kind of fascinating, right?
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about the significance and why you're doing like the car show, bike show, and cornhole tournament, right?
Yeah. So by doing all that, what's making it different from any other festival is the multitude of things I got going on. The car, truck, and bike show. I love bikes, so I had to throw the bikes in there, and I like classic cars and trucks. Always had trucks, always had bikes. I like to, anything that piques my interest, I wanted to incorporate it into the event, I have a mechanical bull out there, so I know everybody would love to get on the bull. Only time you typically go get on the bull is, if you go out of town. Get on the mechanical bull around here on a daily basis is not something you got access to, but doing it at a festival, if everybody comes to the festival, everybody get a chance to get on the bull. The food trucks, that was something I had to have at the event, because I want to make sure everybody eats and has a good time, Pretty much every festival you can go to, there's going to be food trucks. But the food trucks that I picked, they were hand-selected for basic reasons. And the main reason is the majority of those food trucks that are out there, the owners are from the country. When I say the country, I mean Campbell County, Appomattox, counties, not cities.
Yeah.
So my cousin Phil in Philly, my co-agent and co-worker Jordan Anderson rode a boat. I mean, that's one fishing dude, man. I'm telling you, that dude, he's got country roots, So I got everybody that I knew that was country and had a business, and I try to put them on the forefront at the festival. That's what I did. So got a multitude of those food trucks. When it came to the music, last year I wanted to get live artists. I wanted to get bands. I reached out to a couple different bands. One that really worked with me was Social Distance Band. We have yet to do anything, but we're definitely gonna do something. We got something in the book, so y'all stay tuned for that. But Timothy Robinson, that's a great guy. And we, like I said, we talk business and stuff, and he was willing to work with me last year, but it didn't fit in with the budget and also with their schedule. So, but my DJs, DJ Showtime and DJ Benjamin, the reason I picked both of them is because first off, Showtime, I heard his name, I've always heard his name, and I knew it rang bells. So I said, well, that's the one that came to my mind first off. And I had access to a contact of his cousin. She gave me his number, and I reached out to him. And I called him. I left him a voicemail. I didn't get a response. All right, well, let me call. Let me see who's next on the list. So I reached out to my uncle Tank. He's big into music and stuff like that. He used to throw parties, and he got me in touch with DJ Benjamin. So I reached out to Benjamin and called, and he picked up, and from the moment I called him, I asked, are you available on this day? I didn't even state what I was doing, where I was doing it. I didn't give him much detail. I just asked him if he was available that day. That was the biggest thing at that point, finding a DJ who was available. Yeah, I'm free that day. He told me right then and there he was free. I was like, okay, all right. He said, so what you got going on? And I told him, I said, I'm having it's gonna be a festival. He said, a festival? He said, shoot, I ain't heard nothing about it yet. I said, because I ain't promoted it yet, but when I do, I said, you'll know. I said, you gonna be a part of it. He said, man, what kind of festival? I told him, I said, it's going to be called the Soul, Rhythm, and Boots Festival. He said, boots? What you mean, like work boots? I said, no, cowboy boots. He said, shoot, I'm going to go ahead and get me some now. I'm ready. Lock me in. So we just been locked in. But he lives in Bedford. Bedford is a county once again. Yep. This is a country area. DJ Showtime, he called me the following week, and he looked at his books. He was good that day. So I locked both of them in. And I don't think they had worked together at that time, but they knew of each other. And the whole scene of the music at the event is going to be Southern Soul. That's the main genre of music that's going to be played at the festival. And I asked both of them, y'all familiar with Southern Soul, But not only Southern Soul, the event is the Soul, Rhythm, and Boots. And you know what R&B stands for, right?
Yeah.
So Rhythm and Blues. But instead of saying blues, I said boots. So I looked at Showtime, we was talking, I said, Showtime, you do a lot of R&B, right? He said, yeah. And I said, Benjamin, you do, you know a lot of Southern Soul, right? He said, yeah. So the two just blended together.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. And of course, both of them are familiar with all DJs, they got to know a multitude of different music. So they both knew both genres, which made it great. And we just locked in, and they both, well, Benjamin, he's actually from Meharron, which is like Southern Virginia, near Brunswick County and Mecklenburg County. So I got family down there, and once we got to talking, I'm like, man, I gotta get this guy, Yeah. And Showtime being from Bedford, I lived in Bedford. I lived there for 3 years. Actually, I lived there for 3 years on my own, and I grew up there for about 4 years with my mom. So I knew some of the same people they knew, and we actually did the event in Bedford County.
Gotcha.
I wanted two people who were connected to Bedford County to be a part of my festival that I had in Bedford County.
Okay.
And it just meshed together. It was a perfect recipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who should come to this event? Who is this event for? So you got a lot of people that's like on the fence. Like a lot of people that's hearing about it, like, yeah, I want to go do something, but who is this event for, and why should they be there?
Since the festival has such a multitude of different things to do, it could be anybody who fits in any category that's going on that day. I have a cornhole tournament. You a cornhole enthusiast? Come out. I got a car, truck, and bike show. You a motorhead or car, truck, or bike enthusiast? Come on out. Children can come out. Kids need to see stuff like this. This is a very positive event, so children are welcome to come out. From 2 to 5, 6 to 11 is 21 and up, but the beginning part of the event is all ages. My country folks, I want them to come out. Anybody who wants to learn about the country and country roots and, just the lifestyle and the culture of being country, come on out, So And anybody who wants to have a good time, eat some good food. I got all these food trucks there. Come on, I got a bunch of vendors that are selling, various different items, paparazzi jewelry and stuff like that. So anybody who wants to come out, and I'm bringing the country to the city this year.
Yeah.
It's at the city stadium. It's not in the county. It's in Lynchburg City.
Yep.
So anybody who wants to experience the country should come on out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take me through like your venue as far as so people can know the details, like the times of each event and when they should get there, parking.
I recommend you get there early. Please get there early because there's gonna be a lot of people there. I'm not sure off top how many people are gonna be there. There's gonna be a lot there. But basically our entrance is down below Banker Steel at the lower entrance of the stadium where the parking lot is. You'll come in there down at the bottom. I would try to get there. If you want to catch the car, truck, and bike show or the cornhole tournament, I try to get there, around 1:30, 2 o'clock. Get there early,
Okay.
And if you can bring tents and lawn chairs, so you want to set up a tent, get there early because it's limited spaces out there. But yeah, I would try to get there before 2 if possible. And the gates, they're set to open at 2. We'll allow some early people to come in now. But 2 to 5, like I said, that's the car, truck, and bike show and cornhole tournament. You want to catch that, you want to get there between 2 and 5 for sure. And get you a good parking spot and stuff like that. Now from 6 to 11, if you just want to come out and see the live artists I got there and hear my DJs, which we'll have DJs at the beginning part, but it's going to be the main headline DJs towards the end. So if you want to get there between 6 and 11, that'd be perfect time. I don't recommend getting there at 10 o'clock because, it might not be no more parking spaces. You know? You might be walking miles. But yeah, those are the times I recommend you get there. And like I said, it's a big festival, but it's got 2 different events going on in one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the second half, the 6 to 11, could you go over like the artists that you have? So we know the DJs.
Yeah.
But what artists are you going to have there?
So the 2 DJs I got from 2 to 5, DJ Noise and DJ Adam T. But from 6 to 11, I got DJ Showtime and DJ Benjamin. The artist I have, my headlining artist is Jeter Jones. He's from Louisiana. I've been listening to him since 2018. I've been on him for a while now, and he's got some hits. So y'all look him up on YouTube. If you don't know, you're gonna learn Saturday. And then I got Bad News. He's from Alabama, Phoenix City, Alabama, and we connected last year after I did the festival. He was actually in North Carolina doing a show about an hour away from Lynchburg at Bar 119, and he sent me a phone request that same night because people in North Carolina were talking about what was going on last year in Virginia when I did the first annual one.
Okay.
Yeah. So, we just connected then, and we actually ended up doing a song together. I do music as well on the side. It's just a hobby. It's not something I do to make money. I'm in it for fun, not for funds.
Yeah.
But yeah, we connected then, and he's coming out. He's gonna be another artist I got on the show, and then Miss Tracy. Miss Tracy, she's from Greensboro, North Carolina. She's a tremendous singer. She's a singing sensation. She's coming from Greensboro. And we connected last September, I believe. And she was at our video shoot me and Bad News had down in Greensboro. And she started singing during our shoot. She was singing our song. I'm like, man, I wish I would have got her on the track. But now I got her on the show. So she'll be performing this year. And then I got Jay Henry. He's another local artist. He's from I want to say he's actually from Red House area, another country part. I got family in Red House. He's from Red House, We know some of the same people. And in turn, I found out that me and him were like second or third cousins,
Got you.
It's a small area, Everybody's
Yeah.
related. You might be my cousin, but yeah.
You never know, right?
Never know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the
artists.
event. Did you list all the food trucks?
I did not, because I got so many.
Yeah. So
I don't want to miss nobody out, but I can name a few.
Yeah. I would say name a few for those
Okay.
people that just want to come and grab a good bite.
Oh yeah. So my repeat vendors that were there last year that are coming back out. I got Philly. I got Rolled or Bold, which is Jordan Anderson and his business. Shout out to my co-agent. And then I also have Dubs Grubs and We Won't Smoke. They're coming back out this year. All these vendors sold out. Doc's Kitchen, he's coming back out. He sold out last year as well. All of those guys did great last year. The food was tremendous. But this year, new ones I've added to the list. I've got curbside grilling. Anointed Hands, catering service. They'll be out there. Mondi's Kitchen, she'll be out there. And I've got a couple lemonade vendors and stuff like that. I didn't have any lemonade vendors last year. I have a lemonade vendor. They're coming from Richmond. I can't remember the name off the top of the hand, but they're coming out. And then I also have Sweet Treats by Tashina. She was out there last year. She'll be there again this year. And Kayla's Cookies, she'll be out there. So, like I said, it's going to be a lot of different vendors out there, you know, especially food vendors. And I got some other vendors that are coming out and selling different products. Perdasi Designs, they're located in River Ridge Mall. They make shirts and stuff like that. They'll be out there. And one of my special vendors that's coming is coming from Philadelphia. I have a clothing brand by the name of Southern Swag. And the man behind it, his name is V. His business is Vivinique. And that's the name of it, Vivinique. So they do embroidery, screen printing, sublimation. And he's coming down from Philly, and he's going to be there on site making products. So if you want a shirt made, you know, with your business on it, he can make it on the spot. You tell him the color shirt you want, what size you need, he'll make it on the spot.
Okay.
You know, so.
That's what's up. So I know last year, like I said, I heard, man, the event was great, awesome. Like I said, I didn't hear about it till after the fact. That's why we're going to be here for this one.
Oh, yeah.
So I know it's a no-nonsense, you know, event. So do you want to go over any policies or anything that people should know before they get there?
Yeah. Just come out and have a good time, you know. Don't act a fool. Come out and have a good time. No firearms will be allowed, of course. You know, we don't need any drama. Just a few rules and policies. I've had some questions. One main question people are asking me is it all ages, you know, or is it just 21 and up? As we talked before, 2 to 5 is all ages. From 6 to 11 is 21 and up, you know. Strictly being, I mean, it's getting late, you know, it's getting dark. And I think within the city there's a curfew actually. I don't want to be held liable for any young people being out there, anything like that, you know. And I just want to make sure, you know, it's adults and everybody has a good time for the evening time. Kids got a bedtime. But that's one thing. Another question I've been asked is, can you bring in, you know, purses and stuff like that? Large purses, we recommend that it be a clear bag. That's my supervisor's discretion, though. It's up to them. But smaller purses are fine, you know, wallets and crossbody bags, those will be fine. You can bring your own tents and you can bring your own chairs, you know. Like I said, please try to get there early so you can set it up and then you're not having to set a tent up on a parking lot, you know, on the pavement.
Yeah.
You know, so just get there early, you know. But overall, last year, I had about, I want to say, 1,500 people.
Wow.
4 security guards, you know. No drama, no fussing, no fighting, no arguing, no nothing, you know. We had a great time, you know. And I had the same rules last year, you know, with the you know, the age limits and stuff like that. But yeah, the adults came out and everybody acted as such. And this year, I expect the same thing. I want everybody to come out, have a good time, so we can continue doing this, you know, for years and years and years, you know. This is an annual event, so I want to keep it as such. And I just hope and pray that this year we have a good time. I know we will. I got faith in it.
So go over your, like, the ticket prices, the admission, and where can they get tickets at?
So tickets are currently being sold on Eventbrite. You know, I've been pushing Eventbrite, you know. I also have physical tickets. They're scarce right now, though. I have 50 of them left, so that's it. You need a ticket, you need to get it early this week, because after Thursday, I'm out of office. You know, I got to start prepping for the festival. But yeah, tickets are currently $25 a ticket. You can get them on Eventbrite. They're $25 on Eventbrite. You can get them from me. They're $25 from me. And the day of, at the gate, prices for the gate. If you were bringing a show car, show truck, or show bike, it would be $30 for the show car, show truck, and including yourself. So it's $30 for the truck and the driver. So you pay $30, that gets you into the festival. You can bring your car, and that gets you in. That's your admission.
Gotcha.
Now, if you have a passenger with you, they had to pay the gate price. So the gate price that day is $35. So they pay that $35 that day at the gate. And, you know, that's that. So you get your tickets in advance, you know, you save you some money. But,
okay. So any other details you wanna put out there, or?
No.
Okay. So what can people expect from Mr. Berkley in the future, being that you're just getting into the event space? Is this the only one that we should be looking for, or do you have another brand coming out? So you got the Soul Rhythm and Boots, or do you have something else in the works?
I got a lot, in the pot right now.
Okay.
I got the lid on the pot there.
Okay.
Because if you keep the lid on the pot, you contain everything. It don't get leaked out.
Yeah,
So
I'm pretty sure.
I can't state any names of what the festivals and events I got planned out, but I will let you know that I've been working. I've been cooking. I've been cooking since last year's festival, and I've been trying to curate things and put it together. It just has to be right and it has to make sense.
Ooh. And I think that's good for the area too, because there's really nothing around here. You got to drive an hour and a half plus.
Exactly.
To really get to somewhere. And then if you're talking about really having a good time, then you get in a hotel.
Yeah.
So, when it's in your backyard, why not support?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, this festival is bringing people from other areas that have stuff going on,
Mm-hmm.
So if you're from this area, it doesn't make sense not to be a part of it.
Exactly.
I got people coming from Richmond. I got people coming from Virginia Beach. Every single area code of Virginia is going to be there that day.
Gotcha.
757-434-804, 540. Everybody will be in the building, So
Got you.
just get on board, because this train gonna keep on rolling like King George said.
King George said, keep on rolling.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Well, I appreciate having you, man. I appreciate you choosing this platform to come out and promote your event.
Sir.
And like I said, guys, that is, the wrap on this episode. But if you have a business, you have a brand or anything going on, reach out to me, TeflonJohn.com. And we would love to have you on the Spotlight Insider. But as I always say, one choice, one love, but it's your choice to be blessed.
Angel on the track.